So I don't know. I thought he was really amazing in this movie. I think that's one of the best scenes of the year with him singing. You know, he really blew me away with that scene, and so did Sebastian Stan. Sebastian Stan, amazing physical performance here. And I want to talk about like his chances of getting nominated because we didn't really talk about that. Like Sebastian Stan, his hunched shoulders stayed the same. Like what he's wearing, right? His insecurity, all of it was so consistent. I think physically, like he had it going on in this movie, and he is someone that it's hard because like every performance he's in, he is confident, he's strong, you know, he is the guy everyone wants to be, and they're playing with that so hard in this movie because he is the perfect face. He becomes the real estate agent. He's on every poster and banner throughout the like New York City, you know, but he's still the same guy. So I'm looking at like the people in right now contending for Best Actor: Brody, Chalamet, Ray Fiennes, Coleman Domingo. I think those four are in. I think that's a lock. Then it becomes Daniel Craig in Queer, Hugh Grant in Heretic, and then we probably have Sebastian Stan in A Different Man. I want to put it out there. I think Sebastian Stan gets nominated in the fifth spot.
So I agree with you that the four that you said are locks. I think Hugh Grant's is not even on the outside looking in. He's out.
Okay.
I think Daniel Craig, yes, he was nominated at the BAFTAs, of course. He was nominated at SAG over Sebastian Stan, and he was nominated at the Golden Globes, but and a different category than Queer, and his in the drama Golden Globes category, not the comedy. But I feel like I said before, with Stan getting the win at the Golden Globes, this hitting streaming. I know it hit streaming this weekend post the voting, but it's still like, oh, they had access to the movie, these voters. I feel like the momentum might have been enough to get over Craig, where Queer, not widely seen, no momentum whatsoever. If anything, Challengers is the Luca Guadagnino movie getting momentum and not Queer.
Right.
I could see a different, Sebastian Stan's a different man getting in, which is kind of crazy to say, because I think I want to double check this at SAG, but I think maybe they actually looked at The Apprentice over A Different Man.
The Apprentice is the favorite performance over A Different Man, and he just won for A Different Man, maybe because of the company that he was holding, that he was running against, right? Other nominees for the Golden Globes, but it is I looked it up. The Apprentice is the more likely award that he is nominated for.
That's insane to me. Like, I think it was great as Donald Trump in The Apprentice, but like, I still think this movie, like you said before, like I just respect this so much from Stan, where like, yes, he's
playing with audiences, dude. He's like playing with like the perfect persona, but what if he just stripped away the personality?
Yeah, it's so hard. I think it's just so hard. Like Kieran Culkin, like I think he's amazing, but like you said, like I feel like he's a more vulnerable version of himself. You know, Sebastian Stan, like literally is a different person in this movie.
A different man.
He just looks the same, like A-lister that he is now. We called that, by the way.
And I mean, with the Trump inauguration, you know, I don't know what the response is going to be. You know, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be positive or negative, but it seems like that is the one he's more likely to be nominated for. I'm going to say, no matter what movie it is, I bet he gets the fifth spot. It's going to be Sebastian Stan, in my opinion.
If it's Trump, that would be like, holy crap. That would be insane, just based on the inauguration this week. Obviously, the Golden Globes not winning for that, but winning for this. Like, that would be quite the story of, like, yes, the Golden Globes matter, momentum, right? Just like that would be big for the Golden Globes.
I'm kind of surprised that that's the favorite. Like, if voters are trying to pick a movie to watch, you know, like, I can't watch The Brutalist. It's 3.5 hours long. You're going to pick The Apprentice, like historically left-leaning academy. You're going to pick to watch The Apprentice over A Different Man? Like, to me, that would be nuts. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and they both didn't do well at the box office.
Yes, and they both didn't do well. You know, I don't know. I think people are infatuated with like Sebastian Stan now. Like,
I don't hate this take. Like, if there was money on it, like this would be like put a bet in to say he'll be nominated for an Oscar. I would do that right now.
Yeah, yeah, I would do it. I guess trying to think of anything else here. Daniel Craig, I haven't seen the performance, but that movie does not seem like it's well liked, man. And it's a Luca movie that's not as well received, not even close to Challengers. So that's on the outside looking in. Hugh Grant seems like the A24 movie that they're not investing whatsoever into like an Oscar campaign. You know,
Yeah.
they got too much going on with The Brutalist right now. You know, so
But they also recognize the landscape where like this movie's not well liked. You know, like I think this movie is like I don't even know if Daniel Craig does put it. I haven't seen it. I will before the Oscars. But it's just like it feels like Daniel Craig post Bond is doing this they're respecting like Sebastian Stan did with Different Man and like a lot of his performances. It's so different. It's like like Daniel Craig like playing this gay man in Mexico on hallucinogenics and putting a great performance that's so different. Like they're just having more respect for because it's Daniel Craig versus like Sebastian Stan. You know, it feels like it's the star power of being James Bond, Daniel Craig, that is getting him this fit spot. But now with this momentum, with the Globes win for Sebastian Stan, maybe he could cut this lead down and cut it, make it close.